Hi everybody, Dr. Chris Hoff here. Time for another kitchen table talk, and today we're talking about the ontological turn in therapy. So, there's been a lot of talk over the last several years about, in the therapy world, about the affective turn in therapy, and the affective turn in therapy involves an emphasis and acknowledgement of the fundamental role that emotions, feelings, bodily sensations play in cognition, behavior, and interaction. And this perspective challenges the previous purely cognitive or rational models of human behavior and highlights the interconnectedness of thought, emotion, and bodily experience. In therapy, the affective turn emphasizes the importance of working directly with emotions, understanding their embodied nature, and recognizing their transformational potential. But today, I want to talk about another emerging turn in therapy, and that is the ontological turn in therapy. To start with, it might be best to start to define what ontology is. So in the context of therapy, ontology pertains to one's conceptualization and understanding of existence, the nature of being, and the essence of self and reality. Ontological considerations in therapy involve fundamental questions such as who am I? What is the nature of existence? What is the meaning or purpose of life? How do I fit into the larger scheme of existence? What is real versus perceived? Ontological issues might emerge when individuals are grappling with questions of identity, purpose, meaning, existence, especially during times of distress or transition or personal transformation or entry into liminal spaces, that sort of thing. Therapy addresses the ontological concerns directly or good therapy addresses the ontological concerns directly as it focuses on helping individuals confront and find meaning in life's inherent challenges related to death, freedom, isolation, and meaning. So in the therapy setting, ontology deals with an individual's understanding and interpretation of their own existence and their place within the larger framework of life and the universe. The ontological turn refers to an anthropological and philosophical thought that emphasizes the diverse ways in which beings and worlds are conceptualized and brought into existence. Rather than seeking to identify universal structures of human thought and experience, those aligned with the ontological turn prioritize understanding the varied realities and modes of existence that people inhabit. An ontological turn in therapy is not concerned with therapeutic notions of culture, epistemology, or worldviews. Instead, the ontological turn generates interest in being in the world and accepts that different worldviews are not simply different representations of the same world. This is key. So I'm going to say that again. Different worldviews are not simply different representations of the same world. Very important. More specifically, the ontological turn refers to a change in theoretical orientation according to which differences are understood, and not in terms of different worldviews, but differences in worlds, and all of these worlds are of equal validity. So what is the ontological turn? At its core, it's a shift in thought that says, hey, maybe there's more than just one reality. It celebrates the idea that people across the globe, even next door, might inhabit distinct realities shaped by their beliefs, relationships, and experiences. So that's a lot, I know. So how do we apply this perspective to therapy? There's a lot of intriguing possibilities, and here's a kind of a look of how this might, or a kind of a look at how it might look in therapy. So let's start with multiplicity of realities. So traditional therapy assumes a single objective reality, often grounded in a Western biomedical model of mental health. The ontological turn in therapy recognizes that different individuals and cultures may inhabit distinct ontological realities. Mental well-being might look entirely different across these realities. Let's talk about beyond the cognitive. So traditional therapy often focuses on an individual's cognitive processes, emotions, and behaviors. The ontological turn in psychotherapy expands the understanding of self and experience beyond the cognitive, encompassing broader social, cultural, ecological, and even cosmic context. The self is seen not just in cognitive terms, but as a being in the world, influenced by various realities and relationships. Relational ontologies. Traditional therapy emphasizes individual experiences and individual pathologies. The ontological turn in therapy values relationships as foundational to existence. Healing isn't just an individual journey, but also about transforming and nurturing relationships with others, the environment, ancestors, and even non-human entities. Cultural sensitivity. So traditional therapy may sometimes apply a one-size-fits-all approach derived from Western perspectives. The ontological turn in therapy recognizes that different cultures have unique ontologies or realities. Therapy should respect and align with these diverse ways of understanding the world. And of course, decolonizing therapy. Traditional therapy has its roots in Western scientific thought, which can sometimes overshadow and invalidate non-Western ways of healing. The ontological turn in therapy prioritizes decentering Western epistemologies and making space for indigenous and non-Western ways of knowing and healing. And then, finally, material and immaterial realities. Traditional therapy focuses largely on the material and observable aspects of an individual's life. The ontological turn in therapy acknowledges the presence and significance of immaterial realities, like spirits, ancestors, or cosmic forces, which may play a critical role in a person's mental and emotional well-being. So what are the implications? Well, the application of the ontological turn in therapy implies a more expansive, diverse, and inclusive approach to mental health. It calls for therapists to be more attuned to the varied realities their clients inhabit and to recognize that therapeutic practices cannot be universally applied without considering these diverse ontological backgrounds. While this perspective brings richness and depth, it also brings challenges. Therapists need to engage in continuous learning, unlearning, relearning to truly appreciate and respect the multiple realities that people inhabit. Yet in doing so, they could offer a more holistic, culturally sensitive therapy experience. So that's my take on the ontological turn. I'm sure I'm going to be doing more videos, kind of maybe more specific, breaking that down. If you like what you just heard, please like or subscribe or wherever you're watching this, and please share with a friend. And as always, thanks for sharing some coffee with me at my kitchen table. I hope this was helpful. Peace.